Hi everybody, this is Dan Talks Sense, and today I'm going to do a video about the House of Perfume Parlour. So if you want to know more about the House of Perfume Parlour and my thoughts on whether you should buy fragrances from the house, please stay tuned. Welcome back. So Perfume Parlour is a fragrance house based in Leicester in the UK. They do clones of niche and mainstream fragrances. Incredible value. They have, you can get 5 mils for £5, you can get 30 mils for around £8, and you can also get, I think it's 50 mils for £12, which is unbelievable value. If you have niche clones of niche houses, sometimes they're a little bit more, but in general that's what you're looking at in terms of price. They're ideal for taking to work with you. My work drawer actually is full of these. It's a shame I haven't got more to show you on the video because a lot of them they're at work and I can't actually go into work as we're on lockdown. But to give you an idea, look how small that is. That's a 13 ml bottle. I take them in my suit jacket, and if I want to freshen up, then I'll do that with the smaller bottles. I want to do a video not too long. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I want to just make you aware of the ones that you should definitely check out from this house. The first one I want to raise awareness of is their version of Lanwick de L'Homme. The number is 1592. It's a fantastic clone. So the original Lanwick de L'Homme, what we class as the vintage batches from 2009, were very, powdery. You had this really lovely cardamom note, and in the first part, the first half an hour, and then it died down to the lavender, and it's a beautiful date scent, and Jeremy Fragrance really hyped the fragrance up. It's still a fantastic fragrance, but it's common knowledge now that it's been reformulated. It's been 2 reformulations. I believe the first one was around 2011-12. There was another one in 2015 to 16, and then newer batches. Some people have said that they're actually decent performance from the 2019 batches, but from the newer batches that I've smelled, you get in an hour or two out of them. With the Perfume Parlour one, you don't have that massive cardamom bomb at the start. However, the dry down to the real Lanwick de L'Homme, you'll get this throughout this interpretation. And my friend owned a real bottle of Lanwick de L'Homme, and we tried them side by side, and this actually had better performance and the scent was spot on. So their clone of Lanwick de L'Homme you should definitely check out. It's a fantastic interpretation. Okay, the next one that I was really pleased about was their version of Tom Ford Noir Extreme. The reason being is that they've got the cardamom and the kulfi note spot on. So kulfi is an Indian dessert. It's a sweet, creamy note, and it's so warming, and it'd be perfect for a close encounter, a date. It's a fragrance where you want to get closer to somebody to smell it. Now with this, when you put it on, the first half an hour you get sort of medicinal note that might put some people off, but once it dries down it becomes spot on, and it's got the same performance as the real Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Now I'll be truly honest with you, with Perfume Parlour it is hit and miss. Okay, what I've done in the past is I've looked at reviews of the house and looked in the comments, because some people will put what worked well for them and what didn't work so well. So I'm going to start off with my most, what I was impressed with the most, and I'm going to give you an example of where they've missed the boat slightly. With Perfume Parlour fragrances, some will perform really well, like this one, and the Lanwick de L'Homme clone, you'll get 3 hours performance out of it. With some it'll be around the hour mark and they're really disappointed, but I'll make you aware the ones that I was disappointed with towards the end of the video. Okay, but check out Intense Black, their version of Tom Ford Noir Extreme. If I just show you a couple of the smaller ones that I had. This one, Neroni Portofino clone, it's called Neroni's Portofino. This might be an older bottle, so I'm going to double check once I've got my internet back, because Virgin Media today has decided that it's not going to work, which is a shame. So hopefully the internet will be running later on. I'll be able to get some images of the Perfume Parlour and put it on the screen for you to see. But this is an older one. It's 0628. This is a clone of Neroni Portofino. It's spot on, lovely fresh note. Notes at the top, and perfect for the summer. You get about 2 hours performance out of this. Not the best, but the real Neroni Portofino isn't much better. But I paid £5 for this, and it's terrific. Replacement if you just want one for daily usage. Okay, so their version of Neroni Portofino. Actually, Mr. Smelly, the fragrance reviewer, he hyped this, and he was right, and it raised awareness of it, and this is the reason I bought it. So down Mr. Smelly, I thank him for raising awareness of this. Two ones I was a little bit disappointed with was one called Spicy Tertiary Powder, and this was a clone of Narguil. I want to put it on the screen actually, the real version, the real fragrance, to show you what it's a clone of. But this was too sickly to my nose and didn't really last too long, probably an hour at most. Okay. This one is called Eminent Wood 0223, and if I look, that's a clone of Oud for Greatness. This gets me quite a lot of compliments. This it's got like a nice earthy note, and I tried Mancera Red Tobacco, and to my nose Mancera Red Tobacco was very similar to this, when Mancera Red Tobacco will cost close to £100, and this is so cheap. So their version of Oud for Greatness, to my nose, is a really good clone. I had a tiny decant of Oud for Greatness, and you can tell that Oud for Greatness has got more expensive notes used in it to produce it. That's pretty obvious, but in the air this is so similar, and a really lovely smell. Okay, two ones I really want to highlight. I'm going to do this first, and then at the end I'll tell you ones to generally avoid. So one is their version of Amber Absolute. So it's a discontinued fragrance by the house of Tom Ford. It was like a buttery, creamy, like say if Werther's Original was made into a fragrance, that's what I sort of picked up. It was so lovely. Brilliant fragrance, brilliant clone of Amber Absolute, and it's always out of stock, and I'd imagine that's because so many people are trying to get their hands on it, because from the comments I've read, it is spot on compared to the real Tom Ford Amber Absolute, which is a discontinued fragrance. So check out that one, that is superb. The one I was most impressed with was their version of Leighton Exclusive. So it's called Superlative. It was brilliant. You had this apple cinnamon vibe, you had this creamy undertone, and a little bit of woodiness in there as well. And it just smelled like a really expensive fragrance, even though it was so cheap. And I wore that in work, and I had to get my hands on a decant of the real version to see how close it was. But their version of Leighton Exclusive was superb. Okay. Ones to avoid generally are the versions of the old school fragrances. So they've got a version of Tom Ford, Gucci Envy actually. It's called Florence Spy. To me, that wasn't very good. It didn't project. Their version of Fahrenheit Original, it wasn't close to my nose. Their version of Le Mal was too earthy and minty, and I wasn't impressed. And their versions of Creed, to my nose, don't project and don't last, and there's so many better clones of Creed out there, so I'd avoid them. Okay, so that's my take on it really. Another one that a colleague of mine wears at work, it's Acqua di Parma Colonia Intense, and it's superb. It projects beastly performance, and it is spot on compared to the real thing. And their version of Tom Ford, fucking fabulous. That's called Extraordinary. You had that bitter almond note, and that was spot on. So in my view, the Perfume Parlour is a brilliant way of getting your nose on some of these niche fragrances, getting an idea what they're like before you purchase the real thing. And with quite a lot of them, they are spot on in terms of performance and likeness. So if you've tried Perfume Parlour, you've been impressed, you've not been so impressed, please leave your comments below and be kind enough to subscribe. Thank you for watching.